Hey there, Saints. Pastor Dave here with another weekly devotion for you this Wednesday. Hope you're doing all right today. I'm going to start us off with a quick meditation from David Kuntz's Quiet Mind, and this is one about Grand Central Station. In the middle of this famously frenetic public space, I find myself feeling oddly serene. David Michaelis. My aunt was fond of saying, particularly at Christmas time, "It looks like Grand Central Station in here." She was referring to the hustle and bustle that are the result of the comings and goings of many people in a given place, in this case, our overfull living room. Grand Central Station in New York City has become an American icon of a crowded and busy place with many people constantly coming and going. Hardly a place for recollection, quietude, or serenity. And yet, serenity is available anywhere you seek it. The author quoted above is a contemporary writer who was researching the recent renovations of the famed rail terminal, and it was there in the middle of that frenetic public space that he did feel oddly serene. Perhaps he had it oddly because the serenity was so unexpected. As you find yourself in busy public spaces that bustle with activity, let the contrast between what's going on and what you seek, between frenzy and peace, be your guide to serenity. Be still, while all about you swirl the comings and goings of the world. Where are your bustling places? Maybe a transportation terminal, a sports stadium, or a shopping mall, or maybe your own family room or kitchen. Wherever they are, let the frenzy call you to the inner serenity that is accessible in any moment. So, Saints, I have never been to Grand Central Station, not to my recollection anyway, but I've been in airport terminals that were pretty crowded as people were rushing around and, trying to get where they were going, especially during peak travel times when there are so many people and they all need to be somewhere other than where they are. I understand what it's like to be in the middle of that, and it's not necessarily a relaxing situation. It's not an obvious place where you can find serenity. I don't tend to experience that when I am traveling. I find that to be a kind of a frustrating experience. Something that produces a lot of anxiety as you're rushing around, as you're dragging suitcases, you're dragging kids, you're trying to make sure nothing gets lost or misplaced. You're trying to make sure you get where you need to go before the airplane leaves without you. It can be hassling and harrying. And yet I've found on occasion moments kind of like what I think David Michaelis described or felt when he was in the middle of observing all of that, observing other people going through that, but not necessarily feeling it himself. Sometimes, you get to the gate or the terminal where you need to be, and the plane hasn't come in yet. You have arrived, you have taken care of all that you have to take care of, and there's really nothing to do at that point other than sit and wait. And every once in a while, that does turn into a moment of brief serenity for me, of peacefulness, of recognition that things are okay, and whatever else might need to happen is out of my hands. I can sit and I can breathe, and I can just reflect on where I am and where I'm going. Sometimes even the fact that there is so much going on around me doesn't get in the way of that. It actually helps me be more grateful for the moment of peace that I have where I am, that I'm currently experiencing. I wonder, Saints, where are the places in your life where things tend to get hurried and busy and maybe even out of control? Is it at work? Is it at school? Is it at the ball field? Where is it that you tend to feel rushed and pressed and just not able to keep up? What would happen if you took a moment to stand still or to sit still and observe? Maybe you would notice that the things that feel so incredibly pressing to you are not all that urgent. Maybe you would notice that the people around you are dealing with the same kinds of struggles that you are. Maybe you would notice that no matter what is going on, God is present. God is with you. Saints, I want you to think about it this week. I want you to try to take a step back in a moment where you find yourself overwhelmed and see what happens. That's your devotion this week. Hope it's helpful and worth thinking about for you. I hope you're doing well and staying healthy. And I'll be praying for you, saints. Please keep praying for me. I will see you all again soon. Take care.